Hey, this is BremSter, and these are going to be my most underproduced videos ever. So what I've been doing recently is I have been practicing my classic Sudoku, and I'm reworking through a bunch of the New York Times puzzles. And I'm been doing the easy, the medium, and the hard from each day. And I'm not providing the links below because you can generate the links yourself. They're just sudokupad.app /NYT/the date and then the difficulty. So for example, this one is February 7th, 2024. So it'd be 202402 for February 07 and then the word easy all in lowercase. And you would get this puzzle. When it's a medium, you just replace the date with medium. And when it's hard, you just replace it with hard. And you get the puzzle. And it's really, really cool. So I've just got a spreadsheet that is auto-generating the links for me where I can track whether I've done them or not. And I'm just practicing. I'm not going to publicly post these, but I'm going to make them available where people can look for them if they want. But I'm going to post the links to my members and my Patreon members and everything. If they want to look at this boring playlist, this is just me practicing. I'm not going to try and explain or anything. So yeah, I'm just going to try and get some practice. And when I've been practicing, I've been starting with an easy and see how I go. So, right, 2 must go here. 2 must go here. These are easy ones, so I normally do okay at these. 1, 6, 8. So that's the 1. These are a 6, 8 pair, which I'm not seeing how to resolve, but I might be able to. That makes this a triple, which is 1, 4, 7. So that's the 7, that's the 1, that's the 4. This is a triple now, which is 1, 6, 7. So that's the 1, that's the 7, and that's the 6. Cool. This is a triple, 3, 7, 8. So the 7 goes at the top. This is a 3, 8, which makes that the 6 and that the 8. Cool. Pair here, which is 3, 6. So I need to put a 3 in, then we need a 6 for the box. This is a triple, 4, 5, 9. There's a 5 here, so 5 is here. These are now 4 and 9, which goes 4 and 9 because there's already a 9 there. I said I wasn't going to explain, but I can't help myself. These are 7 and 8, so we can go 7 and 8. This is a pair, which is 1 and 5, so we can go 5 and 1. This is a triple, 3, 4, 7, so we've got 4, and then we've got 7 and 3. The pair in this column is 4 and 8. So the 4, of course, 8 and 4. How am I going for resolving stuff? Maybe down here, 4 and 7. Yes, the 7. So 4 and 7. This means these are 1 and 9. So we can go 9 and 1. These are 2 and 3. So 2 and 3. This column is missing an 8, so 5 and 6, so we go 6 and 5. The 8, of course, makes this 3 and 8, and now we're pretty much done. That's a 4. These are 1 and 8. There must be a 3 in here, and then we need a 6 and a 9. So there's the easy one done. Took a little bit longer because I didn't actually tick off my... start straight away. So let's have a look at the medium. Okay, so with these ones I normally do a little bit harder, and I'm trying not to solve using my normal techniques of just looking for pairs. I'm trying to look for patterns and naked singles and stuff like that. So I'm trying to solve a little bit differently to the way I have historically to improve stuff, although if I see something I will pencil mark it, like those and those. But what I'm trying to do is look for obvious patterns, and not seeing any jump out at me, though better solvers will. And this is the point. I'm trying to become a better solver. Like that's the 4 and that's the 3. This gives me a quad here, but what I'm trying to do is see for any patterns that might jump out. Like this now is a 4. Now 5 has to be in one, no, 5 I've got. So 5 is in one of those two. 4, 5, 6, not sure actually. 8 is in one of those two. So I keep looking for things like this, where this is pushing it here, which puts 8 into one of those two. Not phenomenally powerful, but it's there. 6 is in one of those two, which is not what I was looking for. 3, however, is in one of those two because of those 3s, which puts 3 in one of those two. I'm bad at spotting naked singles. Like, I can see that that is 6 or 7 because it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. And I'm trying to get better at that sort of stuff. Is it this quad now? 1, 2, 6, 7. Not really. This is a 2-8 pair. The 2s and the 8. So this is a 2-8 pair. That's the sort of stuff that I want to look for, because now I've got a triple in this column, which is 1, 6, 7. So there is a 1 in one of those two. And there is a 1 right there, which means that's the 5. This is a 6, 7 pair. That's the sort of thing you're looking for, which means that's not the 6, that's the 6. They're the sort of patterns that I am historically really bad at spotting and I want to be better at. So these are now 3, 4, and 9. So I've got a 4, 9 there, and the rest of them, yeah, I'll put them in, but I'm not seeing a restriction. The 2, 8, of course, means this is a pair. No, it's not. It's 1, 6, 7 without that being a 7. So there must be a 2 in one of those. Yeah. This quadruple, 1, 3, 7, 9. I've already looked at that. So this is 3 or 7. So 9 is in one of those two. I find it really weird when I find stuff like this and it doesn't lead to anything. I know that these puzzles aren't going to have flow. I believe they're computer generated. Now, there's a written in digit in box 1 that I just saw, which is this is an 8, which by pencil marks makes this a 6, which makes this a 3, which gives me a pointing triple of 1, 2, and 9, which makes that the 4, which takes 4 out of those. That's kind of useful. This is now a pair, which is 5 and 7. And I'm not seeing how... Oh, yes, there's a 5 in box 4. That's a 5. That's 7. That's a 5. That's cool. Is it this quadruple now? 1, 2, 7, 9. So I know there's a 7 down here, but I'm not sure about the rest. Okay, so... Okay. Oh, this isn't a 9. So in the top row, we've got 1, 2, 7, 8. 1, 7, 8. No 8 there. So this is 1, 2, 7. So 8 is in one of those two, which I got from those if I wanted to. Apparently I didn't want to. So this is a pair, which is 6, 7, which I can resolve, 6 and 7. So that puts 6 right here. And this is a triple now, which is 1, 8, 9. Which means that's not 1. It never was, because I had the 1 here. Though this is 2, 6, 7. May as well put those in. There's no 8 there. There's no 9 there. Is it this quadruple now? 1, 2, 4, 9. So this is only 1 or 9. There's no 4 there. So that's the 4. And these are 1, 2, 9. 2 must be in one of those. That's a 1, 9 pair. So this is 3, 7. Finding these weird pairs and everything is something I'm trying to get better at. So what am I missing down here? Is 2 down here? Yeah, it has to be 2. Three in this column can't be in those cells because of the pointing 3, can't be in those cells because of the 3, 7. It's in one of those, and that 3 is looking and saying it's not there and it's there, which makes this the 9, which makes this the 3. That's potentially good because these are now 1, 2, and 9. There's no 1 there, so that's 2, 9, and this is 1, 2. There's a 4 in one of those. Nope, there's a 4 in the middle of the box, and this is a triple, which is 5, 7, 8. 5 isn't there or there. This is a 5. This is a 7, 8, which I can't see how to resolve. Okay. But this is 2, 7, or 9 only. That seems to be 1, 2, or 7. Four is right there. 1, 2, 5, 8. Well, that can't be 1 or 5. Well, that can't be 5 anymore. That's 5. So these are 1, 2, 8. I shouldn't be pencil marking like this. I've been trying to get out of that habit. There's no 2 there. So 2 is in here, which takes 2 out of there, making that the 2. There's no 1 here. But 8 can't be in those cells or those cells. So that's the 8. That's the 1. That's the 2. The 8 says that's not the 8. The 1, 9 makes that the 8. I could have used the 1 for it. It's now got to be up here, doesn't it? Because in this column, it's 7, 8, 9. These are 7, 8, 9. Well, I can't put 9 there, so that's a 9. This is a 7 or an 8. These are 2, 3, 7. They appear to be. And there's no 3 there or 7 there. So there is a 2 in one of those. I don't think... So 1 is in one of those. One, 3, 7, 8. So that's 1 or 3 only. That's 1, 7, 8 only. Okay, so I've now over pencil marked the grid and I haven't seen the thing I'm missing. So this at this point is a scanning file. That 9 takes 9 out of there, making that the 9. The 6 looks back, making that the 1, which makes that the 3, which makes that the 2, which makes that the 7, which makes that the 8, which makes that the 1. The 8 looks down, making that the 7, which makes this the 8, which makes this is the 3 and the 7. The 8 makes that the 2 and that the 8. The 2 makes that the 9. There's no 9 there. The 9 makes that the 1 and that the 9, which makes that the 1 and that the 9. The 2 makes that the 7. There's no 7 there. This is a 1, 2 pair, but the 1 makes that the 2 and that the 1. There's no 1 here. The 1 makes that the 2 and that the 1. This is the 7. This is the 6. This is the 2. This is the 7 and this is the 6. Okay, that took a little bit longer than I was hoping, but there you go. Load up the next puzzle, which is for the same date, 7th of February 2024, but this is the hard one. This one's going to take me a little longer, I expect. Just putting in what I see. This is a 4-8 pair. So this is the sort of pattern that I'm normally bad at seeing and I'm trying to see more often. So I can put in the 8 and the 4. We've got a 7 right here. Things like 3, 9 looking up, saying I can't put 3, 9 into any of those. So 3 and 9 have to fit into those cells, but I'm not sure how to use that yet. 2 is right here. So 1 is in one of those two. 2 is in one of those two, but I don't think that's what I should be looking for. No, it's not 4. It's not 8 is in one of those 3, but I don't think... So what... 1, it says 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is only 1 or 6. Yeah, 3 and 9 have to go in those. These are 1, 4, 5, and 6. So 5 is in one of those 2. So this can't be 1, 5. So this is 4 or 6 only. Six is in one of those 2. I had been doing better at these. I am wondering if 9 coming out of here is doing anything. Like 9 in this row is in one of those 2. Yes, so 9 is in one of those 2. Because 9 can't be in these cells. Because this 9 is knocking them out of there. This 9... Yeah, where's 9 in this row? 9 has to be in one of those 2 to be in row 4. So 9 is in one of those 2, which means 9 is in one of those 2. That could be something. In that row, I need to put 1, 4, 8, 9. So this is only 1 or 8. So that's only 1 or 8, because that can't be 4, 9, that can't be 4, 9. This is a 4, 9 pair, and that 4 allows me to resolve it. That's cool. That's the sort of stuff that I'm notoriously bad at seeing, and I'm trying to get better at. So hence the practice. And in these videos, I'm not saying, look, I'm better now. I'm saying I'm still practicing. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. No, I'm not seeing it yet. 8. Well, 8 is now in one of those 2, because that 8 is knocking 8 out of there. And I can't put 8 in either of those 2. So that puts 8 in one of those 2. 3 is now in one of those 2. And 9 is in one of those 2. Two is up here. Has been since the beginning, I just didn't see it. Oh, 5s. The 5 here, of course, is looking up, putting 5 in one of those 2, but the 5 can't be there. That's been a 5 for a very long time, which puts 5 in one of those 2. So these are a little more restricted. They can't be 1, 3, 5, 4, 8, or 9. So this cell, it could be 1. It can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. That's a 1. Which puts 1 in one of those cells, which means 1 in this box has to be there, which makes that the 8 and that the 1, which puts 1 in one of those 2. That's the sort of thing I'm terrible at seeing. So we know 1 is in one of those 2. this is 5, 7 or 9, 5 or 9 only. C's a 7. This quad, 1, 4, 5, 6. So this is from 4, 5 or 6 only. I don't like it. 1, 4, 6. That's any of them. No, this is only 1 or 6. So what's this triple? 3, 6, 9? So 6 is in one of those two, and now this has been 3, 6, 9 for ages, with no 3 there, no 6 there, no 9 there. So with that 3, 6, 9, these are 2, 5, 7. And I'm not seeing what to do with that. I know 2 and 7 are in there. If 5 is in here, that's a 5. I know 8 is in here. 6. Hang on, I know what these are. This is a 2, 6 pair. So this is a 2 and this is a 6. Now 2 is right here. This is, 8 is in one of those two, which puts 8 in one of those two. 4, 5, 7, 8. So this is a 7, 8 pair. This is a 4, 5 pair, which while I can't resolve it, it does mean this is a 3 or a 9, and it can't be a 9. So we get 3, 9, 6, 3. The 2 looks up taking 2 out of those. So we get 7, 5, and 2. The 7 looks down going 8 and 7, which means not 8, 8. This is a pair. 5 and 6. Not sure how to resolve it, but these are 1, 4, 9. There's no 1, there's no 4, there's no 9. Not sure on that yet. Six in this row now can't be here, and it can't be in any of those. So 6 is in one of those two, so that's the 1. Because 6 has to be in one of those two. This is not the 1. This is only 4 or 5. Has that done anything? Maybe in column 6, which is 3, 4, 6, 9. So these are from 3, 4, 9. So this is only 3 or 4. This is 3, 4, 9. There's got to be a 1 in one of those two. The 1 makes that the 9, which makes that the 4, which makes that the 1. The 4 makes that the 6, which takes the 6 out of there. I now have a 4, 5 pair in this column. So the 4 has to be over here. So these are 1, 3, 9. So this is only 1 or 3. This is 1, 3, 9. So this is 3, 4, 9. This is 3 or 9. It's not 6. This is the 6. This is 3 or 9. So up here we've got 2, 3, 9. Can't put 2 there or there. That's the 2. This is a 3 or a 9. So these are 1, 2, 3, 9. That's no, they're not. They're 1, 3, 7, 9. I can resolve this. The 4 makes that the 5, which makes that the 9, which makes that the 3, which makes that the 9, which makes that the 3, which makes that the 4, that the 5, that the 4. There's no 4 there. These are 1, 3, 9. But I've got a 3 here. That's the 9. This is a 1, 3 pair. Okay. So this row, 1, 3, 5. This is the 1, 3. This is the 5. But we know what these are now. These are 1, 7, 9. Now we know there's no 1 or 9 there, so that's the 7. This is a 1-9 pair, and we've got the order because of the 9 already in the column. Cool. Feel I'm getting the hang of this. I say just before I have a catastrophic failure. 3, 6, 8. So this is 3 or 8. 3 or 6. 6 or 8. Okay. The next column is 5 or 7. So we've got 7, 5, 4. That 4's been there for ages, but this is 6 and 5. The 6 looks back making 8, which means 3, 1, 3, 6. This is not the 8. These are 3 and 7. So we put in 3 and 7. Trying to scan faster if I can. This is the 1. This is the 8. 1153 on a hard. I'm pretty happy with that for me. So now we jump back to the puzzle for the 8th of February. So this would be NYT/2024-0208 easy, all lowercase. Okay, so we can put in a 1. There is a 2 right here. In fact, can I see anything? Yep, that's a 5. So these are going to be 3, 6, 9. So we've got 3. This is the 6, 9, which I'm not sure about, but it does make that 7. These are 3, 4, 5. So I can see 4 is down here. Oh, this is a 4, 5 pair. This is the 3. Okay, and this is the 7. So these are 3, 8, 9. So that's the 9 in the middle. And I should have just written those in. Trying to get better at this. This is me practicing. Remember? 3, 8, 9 go into those. So that's the 9. This is the 3, 8. So I can put in the 3 and the 8. These are 1, 4, 5. So this is a 4, 5. This is a 1, 5. This is 1, 4, 5. But the 4, 5 means that in here I need to put in a 2 and a 9. Wow. Okay. Looking in the wrong place. This is just a 9. So these are 5, 6, 8. And there's a 5, 8 there. So that's the 6. The 5, 8 here is resolved by that. So 5, 8. That looks across meaning 4, 1, 5. This is the 7. So this is the 1. So columns maybe. These are 2 and 9, I think. So these are 1 and 5. Okay, I'm scanning terribly. But the 2, 9 means that these are 1, 5, 7. So that's the 7. This is the 5. This is the 1. This is the 5. This is now 4, 6. So I go 4 and 6. I'm missing something. The 5 looks up making 4 and 5. Okay. Something will break this open. So what's this pair? 1, 5. So we can put in the 5 and the 1. These 6, 7, and 9. So that's the 9. This is the 7 because this is the 6, this is the 9. The 9 means that's 2, that's 9, that's 2, that's 9. I need to put a 2 in and then I need a 4. Okay. Trying to get better at my just overall scanning, and the easy puzzles are actually good at that because I'm not getting distracted by ridiculously hard scans. It's actually quite useful. Okay, so back to a medium. And again, I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I should be looking for patterns, but I haven't seen any obvious ones yet. Placing digits, looking for naked singles. Like 4 is in here, so that puts 4 in here. This is a 1-4 pair. That's the sort of thing I need to get better at seeing. So that's a 1-4 pair. So I know what these 3 are. These are 3, 6, 8. So I'll put those in and then I'll remove because I find it actually faster to do it that way. So I know what these 3 are, and I'm going to be able to get triples all up and down because these are 2, 5, 9. So 259, I can remove 5 from there, but it does mean that these are 6, 7, 8, which means I can put a 6 in the middle, and then I get the 7 up. I get the 7 and the 8, but it does mean I can get what's up here. That's not the 8, that's the 8. This is a pair, 2, 6, so I can go 2 and 6. These are now 3, 5, 9, so we get a 5 and a 3, 9 pair. So getting all of that is kind of cool. What do I look at next? I'm actually not sure. That's a 7, which is cool, from the 7s looking into the box. But unfortunately, the 3 and the 8 looking down don't give me anything. The 6 doesn't give me anything. Not that I'm seeing anyway. That digit is one of those two, but I can see 2 is in one of those two. Right, where's 2 in this column? It's not in either of those, and it's not there. That's the 2. Okay, I'll take it. This is, of course, assuming, like always, that I haven't made a terrible blunder. 7 is in one of those two. 2 is down here. No, that doesn't seem to be it. I mean, it might be. It absolutely might be. 2 is in one of those two. One, 2, 4, 9. No. Oh, that's not the 8, that's the 8. Now 8 is in one of those two, which is basically lining up, and I've got an X-wing to end the 8s. That's not a 7, that's a 7. And that's not all the 7s, but it will be when I put that one in. This triple, 1, 6, 9. So there's a 9 at the top, and this is a 1, 6 pair. But the 9 makes that the 3 and that the 9. Now this is a pair which is 4, 5. So this is a triple, 1, 3, 6. So this is 1 or 6, this is 1 or 6, this is the 1, this is the 6, and this is 1, 3, and the 3 makes that the 1 and that the 3. Haha, found something. These are 5 and 6, so I can put in the 5 and the 6. That makes 5 right there, which makes that the 2 and that the 8. So these are 4 and 9, and I can put them in, 4 and 9. I'm always nervous when I solve at this speed that I'm making a terrible mistake, but this is the point of practicing, that I make these mistakes and learn from them. 1, 2, and 4. I don't know what to do with those. I mean, at some point, solve them. There's no 8 there anymore, so the 3, 6 makes that the 8. So these are 1, 3, 4, 6, and I can't put a 3 in. So 1, 4, 6. So I've got a 1, 4, 6 triple, that's the 3, that's the 6. So that's the 1, that's the 6, so there's no 6 there. So the 9 comes out of there. So these are 1, 2, 4, 5. There's no 2. So 1, 4, 5. One, 2, 4, 5, 9 in here. That can't be right. 2, 4, 5, 9. They're just 2, 4, 5, 9. And this can't be a 2 or a 5. So that's a 4, 9. That's 2, 4, 9. I can put a 5 there, though. This pair. 3, 5. Which I can resolve. 5, 3, no 5 there. So now this is a 1, 4. So that's the 2, That's the 5. There's no 5 there. There's no 2 in either of those. That gives me a 1-4 pair, which means I've got 2, 5, 9. So these are 2, 5, 9. So I put the 5 in there. This becomes a 2, 9. The 5 looks up making that the 4 and that the 5, which means this is the 1, which means this is the 4, this is the 1, this is the 4, this is the 9, this is the 6. The 4 looks down making 1, 4. I'm typing badly, which isn't helping. 4 and 1. The 2, 9 pair is a 2, 9, 2. That's not a 2. I need to put in a 4, which goes there, and then I need to put in a 9. 622 on a medium. Okay. I mean, the whole point with these is as I do more of them, I get faster. And hopefully the practice helps. Oh, this is a 3-7 pair. This pattern here, where there's pairs looking into a box, I miss this all the time. Things like this as well, where you've got a 1-4 knocking 1-4s in. If there was a 1-4 looking down or something, I'd be able to eliminate that, but I haven't seen it. Although these are 1, 4, and 5. So this is a 1 or a 4. This is a 1 or a 5. This seems to be able to be any of them. I was wondering if these 1-4s do anything, but I'm not sure. Down here is interesting. 4. It's 2, 4, 7, 8. And the only thing that seems to be restricted from that is the 4. I can see 6 is in one of those two, but I don't think that's a pattern. So is it those? Oh, the 1 is looking up. 5, 4, 1. Never said I was good at this. I said I was trying to get better. So this is a triple now. 4, 5, 9. So this is 5 or 9. 4, 5, 9, 4, 9. This is a triple. 2, 6, 8. So 6 is right here. This is a 2, 8 pair. This is a quadruple. 2, 4, 5, 8. With a 2, 4, 5. That becomes an 8. That's the sort of pattern that I'm trying to see more. These become 2, 4, 5, but there's a 5 in box 8 or box 8 already. That's the 5. I get a 2, 4 pair. That's really cool. The 5 means 5 is in one of those two, but I already had that. Hadn't pencil marked it, but I did already have that. 2, 4, 8, 9 is what I've got in here. One, 3, 7, 9. So 1 is in one of those two. Not seeing the rest. Four is in one of those two. Again, that might be useful for an elimination later, except that's a 4-5 pair. This is now the pattern. Once I got that 4-5, I had a 4-5 with the 4-5 looking up, giving me a 4-5 pair. That's the sort of stuff I need to get better at not missing. Don't know that it helps me that much, though. Is it these? 2, 3, 7, 8. Not really. I mean, this is 3, 7, 8, which is part way to a triple. 5 is in one of those two. Made some good progress at the beginning. Have stalled. Have stalled will fail to solve. 9 is in one of those two. These are wide open, aren't they? Because the most restricted cell seems... maybe that one. No, because these C4, 5 anyway. But this could be 1, 2... No, 1, 3... Can't be 4, 5, 6... 1, 3, 7, 9. That's not that restricted. Three... No, it's not 3 in this row. It's got 3 places. No, it doesn't. This is a 1-3 pair. See, I missed it again. That's been a 1-3 pair for ages. I missed the pattern. I got it. I got the 3-7 here. I missed the 1-3 here. I need to get better at seeing those. So these are 7 and 9, which means 7 is down here and 9 is down here. This is a triple now. 2, 4, 8. And that can't be a 4, so that's a 2 or an 8. It's not it. But important to see. Even if it takes me forever to solve the puzzle, if I'm getting better at seeing stuff like that, I'm winning. Such as 3 is in one of those two. So 3 is in one of those two. This can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be 5, 7, or 8. That doesn't feel like a good pencil mark. Right. That's a 2-8 pair. Because in this column with the 3, 7, what I'm missing once I got the 1 and the 5 is 2, 4, 8, 9, but it sees 2, 9. So this is a 2, 8, which makes that a 2, 8 pair. So that can't be an 8. These are 3, 5, 7. That can't be a 5. Two 8 pair, which means this is 4, 5, 9. This is a 4, 9 only. See, all of these pairs all over the place. Need to get better at spotting them. This can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't be 5. Can't be 6. Can't be 7. This is a naked 8. 1, 2, 3, or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. That's a naked 8. So 2 is now in one of those two. And these are 2, 5, and 7, without a 5 being there. This is a 2 or a 7. So in this column, it's 2, 3, 7, 8, and 8 must be in one of those two. That 8 makes that 2, which takes 2 out of those, which become 4, 8. 2 is now in one of those two. This, hang on, what's that? It can't be 4 or 7, 4 or 8. That's a 7. There's no 7 there. This is a 4, 8 pair looking up. My music has stopped because I got to the end of it. I like solving to music. Just listen to background music, but it has stopped. Hopefully it will play again. Okay. Keeping an eye on the time. Column 9. 1, 6 go into those. So I can put in the 1 and the 6. Puts 1 in one of those two. This is a 1, 6 pair now. I've got exactly the same thing. So these are getting more restricted. So these are 1, 3, 7, 8, 9. No, sorry, 3, 7, 8, 9. So this is 3, 7 or 9. Can't be 8. That could be any of them, I think. No, where's 8 in this box? It's not there. It's not in either of those, and it's not in either of those. That's the 8. That's not the 8. That's the 8. The 3, 7 makes that the 2, taking 2 out of there. Eight is now right there by Sudoku. So that's the 6, which looks like making that the 1 and that the 6. The 1 looks down making that 3 and that the 1. This is a pair now. 7, 9. Which I can resolve. 7 and 9. So these are 2 and 3. Which means that right there is the 9. No, not 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Which means this is the 3, this is the 9, this is the 2. The 3 makes that the 7 and that the 3. I was about to say 3, I just pushed the wrong button. Cool, that's the 7, that's the 5, that's the 3. The 5 makes that the 9, which makes that the 4 and that the 5, which makes that the 8, that the 2, that the 8. This now is the 9 for the column. So this is the 4, this is the 2. This is the 8 and the 4. This is the 7, which makes that the 9 and that the 7. It's got to be these that resolves it. These are 3 and 9. Wait. Yeah, so 3, 9, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 4, 5. 11.58 for a hard. I will take it. And now, because of the way I'm doing the flow, and I'm pretty happy that I do it this way, I get to relax a little after the hard and just get to do some scanning practice. So I need to put a 3 in a 3 in this box. So the 3 is in one of those two. This is a 1. These are 5 and 8. So I can put in the 5 and the 8. This row is missing a 9. These, well, I've got to put a 3 in the box, and these are now 5 and 8. So I can put in the 8 and the 5. These are triples, 4, 6, 7. So the 6 goes in the middle. So 7 and 4. These are 1, 5, 9. So 1 and then 5, 9. I'm not sure on the order. This column maybe 2, 3, 8. So 2, 8, 2, 3, 3, 8. Okay, that wasn't the place to look. This column is much more restricted. 7 and 9. So we've put in the 9 and the 7. Ah, 5, 8, 9. So we put in the 5. These become an 8, 9 pair, and I'm not sure what to do with it. So these are 3, 5, 8. So this is the 5. This is a 3 or an 8, and I'm not sure what to do. I could probably do more with just Sudoku. Like this has to be the 9, so this has to be the 8. These are 4, 5, and 8. So that's the 8. This is the 4 and this is the 5. The 8 makes that the 3 and that the 8, which makes that the 2 and that the 8. These are 1 and 3. I'm trying to do it without just digit counting. I'm not just count the digits from end to end. This is the 3 in the row, and that's the 7 in the row. This is a pair now, which is 2 and 9. So I can, whoa, clicked on the wrong thing. That's the 9, that's the 2. This is the 1 in the row. These are 2, 5, and 9. There's a 5, 9 looking down, so that's the 2. These are a 5, 9, so I can put in the 9 and the 5. These are 1 and 7, so it's 7 and 1. I may make scanning errors while I'm doing those 1, 7, but I'm trying to do it without digit counting. I'm trying to just look at a set of digits and try and see better what is missing. So this becomes the 4, this becomes, I think it's a 6, and these are 2, 3, and 8. So that becomes the 8, this becomes the 3, this becomes the 2. So that's part of the practice I'm trying to do. Okay, we move on to a medium. So we've got an 8, and again, medium for the February 9th. So 2024, 0209, medium, all lowercase is how you would find this puzzle if you were trying it for yourself. Again, I should be looking for patterns. Like, that's a 2. Now, 6 has to be in one of those two, so 6 is right there. 7 is in one of those two, but I don't think that's the pattern I'm looking for. I can put 4 in one of those two, which allows me to put 4 in one of those two, and therefore 4 right there. That's the sort of trick that I need to do better at. Of course, I'll bet you there was a better deduction that I missed. Okay. 3 is in one of those two. So 3 is over here. 1 in this column is in one of those. So these are 1, 4, 6, 7. So that's only 4 or 6, and it can't be 4. That's the 6. There you go. And these are 1, 4, 7. And that's not a 4. That's a known digit. That's just a 3. Eight is right here. So this is an 8. This is now a triple. 4, 5, 7, which means that's the 1. This is a 4, 7. The 4, 5, 7, that's not the 4, but that means these are pairs. That's 1, 5, I think. So 1 and 5, which means these are 2 and 9, which I don't see how to resolve. Okay. Six is right here. So 2, 3, 4, 9. Yeah, not sure how to... Well, this can't be 2 or 4, so this is 3 or 9. So maybe that's useful. I mean, this is quite restricted. It can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's 6 or 9 only. This row has a triple in it, which is 3, 4, 5. So this is 3 or 4. This is 4 or 5, but this is any of them. Yeah. I do know 5 is in one of those two. Oh, 6 in box 1 has to be right there. Which puts 6 in one of those two. Is that a big deal? Maybe? All I know is my gut tells me maybe. 1 is placed in box 9. So there must be a 2 and a 4 in here. Which means 2 is in one of... Right, there must be a 2 and a 4 in here. So 4 is in one of those two. 2 is in one of those two. 4 is in there. 4. 1 in row 6 has to be in one of those two cells, which means 1 is right there. So now these are 3, 6, 9. This is now a 1, 8 pair, has been for a while. So these are 4, 7, 9. So there must be a 9 in one of those two, and that's a 7, 9. Thing is, I'm not trying to improve my advanced Sudoku techniques, like looking for really, really complex logic. What I'm trying to do is just improve my overall scanning for those hidden digits and stuff, and that's what these puzzles are good for. 2, 4, 5 in row 8. So this is a 4 or a 5. This is a 2 or a 4, but that seems to be able to be any of them. So 2, 4, 3, 9 in box 9. So in box 1, we're missing 3, 4, 5, and 9. So the 9 is placed. That's the 9. This is a 3, 4, 5, and it's not a 5. There's no 9 here. So these are 3, 4, 6, 7. So this is 3 or 6, but that could be any of them. Does put 9 right there by Sudoku. So that's the 9, that's the 1. These are now 2, 5, 7. So that's 2, 7. This is 2, 5, 7. No, this isn't 2, 5, 7. That can't be a 2, because 2 is down here. That's a 5, 7. That's the 2, which puts 2 in one of those two. This column, I'm missing a pair. 1, 7. So that's the 7, that's the 1, that's the 7. That's not a 7. These are 2, 4, 5, 8. Interesting. This is the 8 and this is the 1. So 8 is in one of those two. So these are 2, 4, 5. So what's that digit? That's just a 3. These are 2, 4, 5. That's not, so it's 2, 4. There's no 2 there. 5 is in one of those two, which makes sense for that. 3, 3 puts 3 in one of those two. Sometimes I wonder why I'm embarrassing myself doing this on camera, but I'll release it to members. They tend to be friendly. As I said, I am going to make it public for people who want, but I'm only going to make the announcement to members. People who go hunting might find this. Why would you do that? Why would you do this to me? 3 is in one of those two. Okay. Eight is in one of those two. Where is my scanning fail? This is 7 or 9. So these are all 3, 4, 7, 9, I believe. These are 3, 4, 7, 9, and that says 3 and 4. So that's 7, 9. That's 3, 7 or 9. No, this says 4, 7, 9. That's the 3. That's the 4. That's not the 4. This is a 7-9, giving me a 7-9 pair, making that the 4 and that the 7. The 4 looks across, making that the 5. So this is a 3-4 pair, 3-4 pair looking down, making that the 2, which means this is a 4-5 pair looking across, making that the 2, making that the 9, which makes that the 3 and that the 4. The 3 looks up, making that the 6. This is not the 6. This is the 9. This is the 7. This is the 9. This is the 7, which makes this the 5, making this the 7, taking 7 out of there. This is not the 3 anymore. This is 6, 8. So we've got 8 and 6. This is now the 8 for the row. These are 2, 4, 5, and there's no 2 there. That's the 2. This is a 4, 5. 3, 4 is looking down, making this 5 and 4, 5, 4. The 4, well, this is the 3, which makes this the 4 and this the 3. The 4 is looking down, going 5 and 4, and the 2 is going 9 and 2. There you go. Missed that a little bit longer than I wanted, but there you go. February 9th, medium done. Now we load up the hard. How long have I been recording for? Bit over an hour. Come on, puzzle, load. Here we go. Okay. This is a 1, which puts a 1 in one of those two. Again, trying to look for patterns, which I am notoriously bad at. While I'm seeing patterns, if I see pencil marks to put in, I will put them in because they may help me later. That's a 3. That's useful, maybe. So that means 9 is looking down in one of those two, which puts 9 in one of those two. Four is in one of those two, but that's a 7. So 7 is in one of those two, which is terrible pencil marking. Two, 4, 6, 9. But in the row, so one of those is 5. So that's a 5, and these are 2, 4, 6, and that's not a 2. So 2 is in one of those two. So these are 4, 6, 9. And the only thing they must contain is a 9 that I can see. So this is 4 or 9 only. This row is 2, 3, 4, 9. Well, actually, let's look at these. These are 2, 4, 9. So that's a 4, and this is a 2, 9. Which puts 4 in one of those two. But that makes this a triple. 5, 7, 8. Well, I can see that's not a 7 and that's not a 5, but I don't know that that's helping me apart from that. These 2, 5, 8, 9. Not really. I'm missing my patterns again. I am without pattern, without form or substance. Embarrassing myself in front of the 3 people who will ever see this. This is a 3-9 pair now. 3-9, 3, 3-9. This is a 3-9 pair. So this is the 4. Which doesn't... Well, it means that's the 4, that's the 9, and this is a 2, 6. And it's not a 2. Why do I have that as an... Oh, because 2 has to go in a row. 4 makes that the 6, that the 2, that the 6. These are 1, 2, 9. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 9, that's 2. These are 3 and... No, I was about to say 3 and 7. That's wrong. These are 3 and 4. So I can put them in. 3 and 4. Haha. These are 3, 4, 7, 9. So this is a 4, 7 pair. And these are 3, 9. And I know the order. Which means that's 9 and that's 3. 2 is in here now. Don't know that that's helping. Because these are 1, 2, 6, and 8. Well, 1 is in one of those two. So 1 is in one of those two. That's not really it, is it? 5 is in one of those two. This is a triple. 1, 2, 6. So 2, 6, 1, 6, 1, 2. So this is a triple. 5, 7, 8. 7, 8. 5, 7, 8. So 1 is now in one of those two. 6 is down here as well, but I can't see how to do that. 2 is in one of those two? Yes. What is that? Can't be 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is only 2 or 8. Can't see how to eliminate any more than that. This column, no. 2, 5, 8, 9. Hang on, where's 9? I can't put 9 in any of those. That's the 9. These are 2, 5, 8. That's the 9, which makes one of those two 9. That's the 9. That's a 9 by Sudoku. So that's a 9, which takes the place of both a 6 and a 7. Put 7 in one of those two. So these are 1, 2, 5, 8, and that can't be 2, 5. That's 1 or 8. And this is 1, 2, 8. There's no 7 there anymore. So 7 is in one of those. Actually, I know that triple. There's no 2 here because the 2 has to be down here. So this isn't a 2. This is a 5, 8 pair, which while I don't know how to resolve, this is now 2, 4, 7. So there's a 7 in the middle because of the 2, 4, and this is a 2, 4 pair. The 7 takes 7 out of there, giving me a 5, 8 pair, which makes this a 1, 6. Which doesn't resolve, unfortunately. But 1, 5, 6, 8. So this is 5, 6, 8. This is 1, 5, 8. And this is 1, 6, 8. 5 is in one of those two. There's no 1 here. This is 6, 8. So 1 is in one of those two. This is 6 or 8. This is 6, 7, or 8. This is 2, 6, or 8. I'm losing it. I don't know what's going on. Three in this box is here. So this is 1, 5, 6, or 8, and it can't be a 6. So it's 1, 5, 8. 6 is in one of these two. So 1, 5, and 6 are over here. Why have I got 6 in here? Because I can't put 6 in here. 6 is in here, looking down, making that the 8. Now this is the 8. There's no 8 in either of those. These are 1, 5, 6. The 8 means there's no 8 there. This is a triple. 1, 2, 6. There's no 1 at the bottom. The 8 takes 8 out of there. This is 2, 6, or 7, so it's 2 or 7. The 8 makes that the 7, which takes 7 out of there, giving me a 5, 8 looking down. This is now 2 or 7. And then that 2, 7 makes this the 6, which makes that the 2, which makes that the 7, which makes that the 2. There's no 2 in either of those, so we get 1 and 6, which means 8 and 1, which means 5, not 5. So these are 2 and 8, which looks up meaning that's 5, that's 8, that's 5, that's 8. This is 2 and 8. The 1, no, there'll be something here I've just misscanned. 1, 5, 6, 4, 7. So it's the 7 makes that the 4 and that the 7. The 4 looks back making that the 2 and that the 4, which makes that 1, 6, and 2, which means this is 5, 6, and 1. There you go. I'm taking about as long on the hards. A lot more people seem to solve the hards and solve the mediums or the easies on Sudokupad, which I suppose makes sense. Because most of the people who know about Sudokupad's existence don't care about easy puzzles. Like it was 566. This one's been solved by 17. So I can put in a 1. But I find this much more useful to improve my scanning than the harder ones. For just raw being able to see digits in a line, I find these much more useful. So these are 5, 6, 9. I'm not seeing an obvious thing there. So I put in and I remove, which I see as faster. So it's got to be a 3 in one of those. These are 3, 5, 9. No? Okay. Look somewhere else. 3, 5, 9 again in those. So there's a 5 in one of those two. Look somewhere else, I think is what I'm learning here. Like that's an 8. That's a 2. This is 5, 6. So I can put in 5 and 6. These are 2 and 9. So we've got 9 and 2. This is now a 2. These are 3, 4, and 7. So that's a 4. These are a 3, 7 pair, which means I know what these are. 5 and 8. So I can put in the 5 and the 8. These are 2, 3, 9. I'm not sure how to do that. So I'll put them in, 2, 3, 9. I can remove the 3 from there and the 2 from there. But that's what I'm getting. This is a 6 or a 9. So 9, 6, not 6. The 5, 9 means that these are 2 and 6. So I can put in the 2 and the 6, which removes 2 from there, which means that's the 2. These are 4 and 7. So 4 and 7 go in. This is a 3 or a 9. So we go 3, 9. Whoa, no, it's not. The 9 makes that the 3 and that the 9. And this is something else. That's 4. These are 5 and 9. So we can put in the 5 and the 9. These are 3 and 7. So we can put in the 3 and the 7. trying to get better, and I'd prefer to make a mistake and have to correct it than just go back to just counting all the digits. But with my eyesight, if I'm looking at this digit, I can't even see that digit. So I do have to do some vertical scanning. And if I look at that digit is invisible. Like I can see a blue square kinda, but not really. Reading the digit, I can't even read that digit. That one, it's possibly a 7, might be a 4. That one, if I'm looking at the 8, it's a 1 or a 2, except I could tell that's a 2. So really, I have a lot of trouble scanning, but I'm trying to improve. So these are 3, 5, and 8. So the 5 goes there. So that's a 3 and that's an 8, which means that's a 7 and that's a 3. These, well, I know what this pair is. That's 5 and 6. So I can put in 5 and 6. These are 3 and 9. So I can put in the 9 and the 3. This better be a 5 now. So these are 3 and 9. So I put in the 9 and the 3, which makes this the 5 and the 9. Okay. Happy with that. I'm going to stop soon. I'm not going to do too much more. I might try and finish the day. Okay, so, which could be as much as another half hour, to be honest, but we'll see how we go. I can put in a 3. So again, trying to see patterns. That's a 6. There's a fair bit going into box 1 without much effort. Of course, that well runs very, very dry. 4 is in one of those two. So 5 is in one of those two, which means that's a 5, which puts a 5 there. That's cool. Which puts a 5 there, which puts a 5 there, which puts a 5 there, which puts a 5 there. That's bonkers. Getting all the 5s that quickly. Cool. So 4, 7, 8, 9. So 8 is in one of those. 4, 7, 8, 9. That's 4, 7, 9. That's any of them. There's no 7. So there's a 7 in one of those two. Those are 4, 8, 9. So that's just 8 or 9. 4, 7, 8. I don't know. So 1 is down here. 9. See, these two 9s are seeing the same cell, so it's not as restrictive as you might think. 7 is in one of those two. And the 3 and the 6, unfortunately, are already in the box, so they're not doing an elimination that I would like. This is a 6, however. 6 is in... Oh, 6 is here. So 6 is here. And that's all the 6s. What's going on? So this is a triple. 7, 8, 9. No, it's not. 1, 7, 8. I'm going to put that in and then remove. There's no 7 there. There's no 7 there. That's the 7. These are a 1, 8, which I can't see what to do with. But that does put 7 in one of these two. Now 9 is in one of those two now, which puts 9 in one of those two. Unfortunately, 1, 6, 5, 9 are all placed in this box now. So I can't use the column elimination. You know, there's things like that digit has to go in one of those, and I can try and look for chains and stuff. I don't want to do that. It's not the way I want to try and start solving these puzzles. Like 1 in this column is a little bit restricted, because it's 1, 4, 7, 8. So this is 4, 7, 8. This is 4, 7, 8. And that's 1, 7, 8. Maybe if I pencil mark that, I will learn something. But like 4 is in one of those two, which puts 4 up here. Is there another digit that's restricted like that? Not really. 7 is in one of those. I was trying to see if there's anything going on with 7s. Yeah, that's a 7. Which means that's a 7. Which means 7 is in one of those two. And 7 is right there. So 7's not there, 7's there, 7's not there, 7's there, 7's not there, 7 is there. Woof. So these are 1, 8 and 9. So 189 means 9 in the 189 triple is in this box, and that is not a 9. That's a 1 or an 8. But this is now a pair, which is 2, 4. It's a 2, 4 pair. 1 is in one of those two now. This is 4 or 8 only. The triple here is 1, 4, 8. Right. Where's 2 in this box? That's the 2. So that's the 4. Not the 4. 4 is in one of those two. So row 1 is missing 1, 2, and 9. So this is 2, 9, and this is 1, 9. This unfortunately is 1, 2, or 9, because these are 1, 2, 8, 9. Well, 1 is in one of those two, which means that's the 8. There's no 8 here. This is a 1, 9, making that the 8, making that the 4, and that the 1, which means that's the 1. This is a triple now. 3, 8, 9. So 3, 8. 3, 8, 9, but I can remove 8 from there. The 8 makes that the 9, which takes 9 out of there. This is a 1, 2, which means this is the missing 8, which means this is the missing... No, it's not 3. See, this is where I'm trying to improve. It's a 4. So these are 1, 4, 9. So this is a 4 or a 9. This, however, is any of them. But 4 is looking across, which makes sense. 2, 3, 8, 9. These, however, are 3, 4, 8. Can't put 4 there. That's a 4. This is a 3 or an 8. And these are now 2, 3, 8, 9. So this is 3, 8, 9. And that's any of them. Okay, that was not that helpful. 3, 8, 9 go into those. 1 is down here. There is a digit down here I haven't accounted for, which is a 4. That's a 4. This is a 3, 8, 9. And these are 1, 2, 9. Well, there's no 2 there. That's the 2. And this is a 1, 9. No, that's a 1. There's no 9 there. This is a 3 or an 8. The 1 makes that the 9 and that the 1. I'm back at that point where I've just got this terrible feeling I just made a horrible mistake. But we will find out, won't we? 3, 8, 9 go into these. Must be a 9. So can't put 9 in any of those. Can't put 9 in any of those. That's the 9. 1, 4. Takes 9 out of there, 9 out of there. The 3, 8 makes that the 2, that the 9. The 2 makes that the 1 and that the 2. The 3, 8, not sure. But the 9 looks down saying that's not a 9. 3, 8 makes that 9. The 8 takes 8 out of there. This is a 3, 9 pair. So these are 1 and 4. So we've got... No, they're not 1 and 4. 4 is looking down. That's not the 4. That's the 4. What am I missing in this? This is 1 and 2. So we've got 2 and 1. This is 3, 8, 9. So it's 3, 8. And this is 3, 8, 9, but it can't be 9. So it's 3, 8. Is this right? Yes, 3. 8, 3, 8, 3, 9, 8. 3, 9, 8, 3, 8, 3. Kablamo. 8 minutes 40. Oh, that was a medium. That makes sense. Okay, happy with that for a medium. Let's load up the final hard that I'm going to do on this video. See, 561. A lot more people. How many did the medium? 47. See, a lot more do the hards because I suppose they find them more challenging or whatever, which is fine. But for me practicing, I'm trying to do whatever it is that works. I mean, I'm trying to do the hards, but I am finding the mediums, and to be honest, the easies are much better for helping me learn to scan. So 4 is in one of those two, which puts 4 in one of those two. 6 is placed in box 7. 7 is restricted in box 4. 9 is down here. 5 is restricted. Four is restricted in box 3. So 167. So 167 are in here. 167 are in here. So 7 is in one of the... Oh, no, I've already got the 7. So 1 is in one of these. Okay, what's too bad? I've got a really tricky one just before I sign off. 8 is in one of those two, which puts 8 in here with 4. Might mark that. I don't like it, but I might mark it. Two. That's a 2. Which means this is a 2-5 pair. So yeah. 3, 7, 8, 9. Well, this is now the 9 in the row, and this is the 7, and these are 3, 7, 8, and the only place I can put the 8 is there. So this is a 3, 7 pair. That's cool. And this triple is 1, 4, 6. So this is a 1 or a 6. These are 1, 4, 6. That's cool. These are 3, 4, 8. So this is 3 or 4. These are 3, 4, 8. 8 must be in there, which means 8 is in one of those two. That's really nifty. Surprised I saw that quickly. That is the sort of thing I am terrible at. So 2, 5, 7, and 9 are all in here, so I can't use the restriction. But whatever is there goes in one of those two cells. 4 must be in one of those, but I already knew that. And the other digit goes here. And it can't be 3. 3 is in one of those two. So this isn't the 3. 3 is in one of those two. So that actually was helpful. 4 is in one of those. So that's not the 4, that's the 4. So what are these? 3, 4, 5, 9. Well, 5 is in one of those as well. So this is only 3 or 9. These are 1, 3, 4, 5. I can't put 1 there or there. 1 is in one of those two. I had that from the ones right at the beginning. Didn't pencil mark it in, but that's okay. Getting there. 9 is now in one of those two. Right. Can't put 9 in either of those. 9 is in one of those two. So these are 2, 3, 5. They're only from 2, 3, 5. These are only from 2, 3, 5 because they can't be 4, 6, 7 or 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's no 5 there. So this could be any of them though. This is only a 2 or a 3. That's something. Is it column 1? 3, 4, 8, 9. Well, this is an 8 or a 9 because it sees a 3, 4. And I know this may seem really clumsy. It feels really clumsy to me, but I'm trying to do this by pattern scanning and looking for things in a way that is less comfortable to me in order to improve. I know everyone else in the world is better at this than I am. Well, everyone in the Sudoku community world. So row 2, column 9. It can be 1, 2. It can't be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It could be 9. Actually, what is 9 in box 3? It's in one of those two. Not sure. But this could be 1, 2. It can't be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. So this is only 1, 2, or 9. But I don't know that that's helping me. This is restricted. It can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be 6. It can't be 7. It can't be 8. So this is only 6 or 9. I don't know that that's helped me though. So these, they could be 1, 6, or 8 only, I think. Because they can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, or 9. So these are 1, 6, 8 only. But I can't see what to do with that. Because they can be any of them. Like 7 is here, here, here. Oh, 7 is in one of those two. Where's 7 in this column? It's in one of those two. That's not a huge leap, though. This could be 1. It can't be 2. It could be 3. Not 4, 5. Could be 6. Can't be 7. Can't be 8. So this is 1. It can't be 2. Could be 3. Can't be 4, 5. Could be 6. Can't be 7, 8, or 9. So this is only 1, 3, or 6. I'm looking in the wrong place. I've lost the plot. It's possible I'm just getting tired. But 1, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that cell. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 1. So this is not a 1. This is a 2 or a 9. So the rest of these are 3, 4, and 5. But that's not restricted. That 1 doesn't do much, does it? Except 2 in this row is now in one of those two, which puts 2 in one of those two, and it can't be there. That's a 2, which looks down saying that's not a 2. 2 is in one of these two. This is very strange. That was a very, very... These sorts of naked singles, I am terrible at spotting. I was looking for them, but just in the wrong place. I know 4 is in one of these. 4 is in one of those two in column 1. No, I was looking for something else going on, and I was completely off. Okay. 6 is down here. So is that restricted these more? I don't think so, because I was looking at that cell, not any of these. 2, I think, can still be in any of those. 7... okay. Sorry, this is the one where I seem to have gotten completely stuck. The one before I was going to stop. Hooray! So this is 3, 4, or 9. And this is 3, 4, or 8. So 6 has to be pointing down here. But apart from that, I don't know anything. Sorry, everyone. Not that I'm doing this for anyone other than me. So I should stop complaining. I just need to figure this out. 9 is in one of those two. 9 is in one of those 3. So the question is, can 9 be there? Yeah, don't see why not. Do I have another naked single somewhere? Like this could be 1, 3, 5, or 9. That's not a thing. There's almost certainly a naked single somewhere I cannot see. Well, this is 1 or 3. Because these are 1, 3, 6, 8, and it sees 6 and 8. This is 1 or 3. But I don't see what that's doing. This column, 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. That's not helping, is it? There's no 3 here. This is 1, 5 because it sees 2, 3, and 9. This is 1 or 5. Is that what I should be looking at? Like, if this is a 2, this is a 2. No, if this is a 2, that's a 2. That's a 2, that's a 2. That all looks fine as well. I mean, it may not be, but if this is a 5, that's a 5, that's a 5. And that doesn't seem to do anything. If that's a 1, we end up with 3. And I don't know. I'm very confused. Puts 3 in one of those, but all of that looks okay. This one may have defeated me. I may not be able to solve this one. One, 4, 5, 9. That's not it. One. I don't think I can solve this one. I don't think I can solve this one. I mean, if either of those are 4, that's a 4. But none of that seems to matter. I'm not seeing this at all. I don't think I can solve this one. If this is a 5, this is a 5. This is a 5. I don't think I've got this one. I'll give it a couple more minutes, then I'm going to stop. I'm looking at things like row 3 and see if there's anything going on there. Like I can see there's 3 places for 7 in row 3, but all of them seem fine. There's like 2 places for 8, but they all seem fine because I've got an X-wing on 8s in row 2 and 3. Like I'm seeing if I've got anything with regards to like an X-wing on 4s, but like there might be something with the pattern of 4s. but I'm not seeing it. Now, 4s can go in those, those, and those. And I don't see a problem with that. I mean, there might be a fin to something there, but I'm never going to see it. Nope, I think this one's dead. I think this is a puzzle BremSter cannot solve. 23589. So this is 2589, 2358, not restricted at all. 1368, not really restricted apart from the fact that 4 is in one of those two. 3 is down here. I'm not seeing any overlapping digits. I mean, have I got this correct? Yep, the digits I've entered are correct. But I'm just not seeing anything. I cannot see anything to unlock this puzzle for someone at my skill level. 26789. So this is 267, and that's 678. So 7 is in one of those two. 13678. So this is 1 or 3 or 6. So I've got 2 of 136 in this row. No, I'm sorry. And this puzzle wouldn't be fun anyway, because if it's just pick a cell, put in digits and try and find, this doesn't strike me as a scanning puzzle. Like, let me try this. So when I turn check pencil marks on, it's not as if I've missed anything. So this doesn't feel to me like a scanning puzzle. It feels to me like I put a digit into a cell and hope you find something. And that's not a puzzle to me. There's no real logic to that, and people who are good at it, congratulations. But that's not logic. That's data analysis. Now, I do data analysis for a living. I don't need to do more of it. But data set analysis is very, very different from logical deduction. Turning around and saying, what is this? Can I eliminate? That's not logic. It kind of is, but it's not very complex logic. And that's not the sort of stuff that I come to puzzles for. I come to puzzles to make logical discoveries, not for, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm trying to do this to improve my effectively data analysis. These are not logic puzzles. Sudoku is not basic classic Sudoku, unless you're getting to moderately advanced stuff, isn't often logic puzzles. It is just elimination puzzles. That's fine. They're puzzles, but this isn't anything interesting or anything good. There may be some advanced techniques here, but that's not what I'm trying to practice, and it's not what I'm going to be looking for. So I'm calling the February 10th puzzle for 2024 a complete bust for me. I have no. I don't know how long I've been trying this for 23 minutes, and I have not found anything, and I just don't care. I cannot see what I would be looking for. And if there's a Y-wing or something on this puzzle to solve it, I don't care. So we'll call the video there. People can leave comments. Don't leave comments on your time on this puzzle unless you also leave a detailed thing of what the next step would be and if that would completely unlock the puzzle. Because unless you are helping people solve the puzzle, you turning around and stating, I solved it in this time, is meaningless. Completely and utterly pointless to anyone. So a time left on this puzzle, I'll probably ask a moderator to delete any time on this specific puzzle. And if you just leave a time on this with other ones, any time on this puzzle that is left without here's what the next step will be, I'll ask moderators to delete, because it's meaningless to anyone. I'm not interested in people bragging on these videos. These are supposed to be helping practice and stuff. These are not bragging videos. Yeah, see how it goes. This was just me trying to practice. Like, this is not supposed to be entertainment. I'm not going to put these out as anything other than I record, so I record. I thought people might be interested in seeing what I'm doing to try and practice. If these get more than 100 views, people are doing it wrong. Yeah. Bye. Good luck with your solving. I couldn't solve this.